Why did I cut my sister out of my life the night before my wedding? I'm sitting in this upscale hair salon watching my bridesmaids get their hair styled into gorgeous updos, while mine looks like someone stuck their finger in an electrical socket. The stylist kept burning my scalp with the curling iron and pulling chunks of hair out with the brush. Meanwhile, my maid of honor, my older sister Laura, is getting this stunning Hollywood wave style that looks like it belongs on a red carpet. I thought it was just bad luck until I went to the bathroom. That's when I heard Laura talking to the stylist near the supply closet. They thought I was still under the dryer, but I'd finished early. She was telling the woman to keep making my hair frizzy and uneven because she didn't want me to upstage her in the photos. My stomach dropped. I stayed hidden behind the door while I listened more. Laura had apparently paid the hair salon, the makeup artist for tomorrow, and even the photographer extra money to make sure I looked terrible on my wedding day. She kept saying things like, make it look accidental, and just bad enough that she can't fix it. I felt like I'd been punched. This was my own sister, the person who taught me how to ride a bike, who held my hair back when I got food poisoning in college, who helped me pick out my wedding dress. She was supposed to be the one making sure everything was perfect for my big day. But then I remembered weird things from the past few months. How she kept insisting on this specific makeup artist who had terrible reviews. How she pushed for this venue that had no air conditioning. How she ordered bridesmaid dresses that were 2 sizes too small for everyone but her. It all started making sense. I quietly slipped back to my chair and texted my best friend Sabrina. I told her everything I'd overheard. She was at work but immediately called in sick and said she was coming to get me. She told me to act normal until she arrived. When I came back out, Laura was showing everyone her perfect hair and talking about how the photographer was going to love this style. She kept making little comments about how she hoped my hair would cooperate tomorrow and how maybe we should try a simpler style for me. The other bridesmaids, my cousin Astrid and my college roommate Fiona, were agreeing with everything she said. We moved on to lunch at this fancy tea room Laura had picked. She ordered champagne for everyone and kept talking about how proud she was to be my maid of honor. The whole time I'm sitting there knowing she's been sabotaging my wedding for months. Then during the main course, she started this speech about sisterhood and family bonds. She was talking about how she'd always protected me and how beautiful I was going to look tomorrow. I wanted to throw my tea in her face. Astrid and Fiona were getting teary-eyed, talking about our close family and taking photos. That's when Laura's phone rang. She glanced at it and smiled this smug little smile. She excused herself to take the call, but I heard her say something about confirming the arrangements for tomorrow morning. I excused myself to the bathroom again and called Sabrina. She said she was already outside waiting for me. I told her to stay in the car and keep the engine running. When I went back to the table, they were ordering dessert and talking about getting ready together tomorrow morning. Laura kept mentioning how the makeup artist was going to give me this dewy, natural look that would photograph beautifully. I realized she was lying to my face about the very person she'd paid to ruin my makeup. I was done. I stood up right in the middle of Laura talking about our mother's wedding dress that I'd be wearing. I looked at all 3 of them and said, you know what? I just remembered I have to pick up something important. I think I'm going to head out. Laura's face changed immediately. She started protesting, saying we had mani-pedis booked next and the whole day planned. Astrid and Fiona looked shocked. I could see Laura getting angry, probably worried her whole plan was falling apart. I grabbed my purse and said, actually Laura, I think I'm going to get ready somewhere else tomorrow. Your vendors just don't feel right to me. Her face went from red to white in seconds. She knew that I knew. I walked out of that tea room and never looked back. Sabrina drove me straight to my fiance's apartment where I called all new vendors for the next day. I texted Laura that night telling her she was no longer welcome at my wedding. I haven't spoken to her since.